Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today I am in my winter garden. I'm still not sure what this room is called in the house, but I like the pronunciation of winter garden. And today I bought a new toy and I wanted to make a small review on this action camera, HD action camera from denverelectronics.com, and I want to show you how this works, so that if you are looking for something similar, you're probably not looking for anything similar, but maybe you would have a need for it as well. And it's really tiny, so this is a camera that you can more or less put anywhere. Here is the box, and I must admit that I have had it out of the box and had a try at it, and I stuffed everything back in the box. And it's the Denver action camera, and it's AC-1300 HD action camera, built-in rechargeable battery. And yeah, it has the rechargeable batteries, and it has HD ready 720p. That's the small HD resolution. What is that? That is 1280 times 720p. And it can take still photos as well, and it claims that it can take them in 5 megapixels. And the camera comes with a bicycle mount and a waterproof casing and a helmet mount strap, helmet mount, USB cable, and a sticker. And here we have some of the languages: Polish, I don't know, Portuguese maybe, Spanish, Swedish, and Danish. Oh yeah. On the other side we have it in English, and that is gonna help this a bit because it's easier to read what's in English. There's an image sensor, and it's 1.3 megapixels. And the focus angle is 80 degrees. Display monochrome LCD, and it's able to do 1280 times 720. I'll just zoom in on that. There. In 30 frames per second. AVI maximum 29 minutes sequence. So it's able to record 29 minutes and then it has to stop. Images up to 5 megapixels, and that's the resolution. And there's a mini USB connector for charging, and you use the USB cable for charging the system. And it can take micro SD cards up to 22 gigabytes, and they are not included. And it can record up to 1 hour and 20 minutes on a 16 gigabyte, and it's waterproof in the casing, down to 30 meters. I'm not gonna test that. And on the last page is just the camera in a big picture. Pretty nice. So let's take it out of the box. And first, the camera and all the stuff with it. I'm just gonna open this and put everything on the table. So that's the sticker and empty box. That's the heads, bicycle mount, helmet mount, and there's a bunch of manuals. First of all, they would really like They would really like you to like them on Facebook. And then there's all these manuals in different languages. Kind of weird to deliver that many manuals in different languages. Let's see how many there is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 languages. So I'm gonna start by throwing some of them out. Can't read that. Can't read that. Utseende. Can't read that. That looks like to be English. Starter manual. And this is the Danish one. Keep that. Out, 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 out. I really only use the manuals that I'm able to read when I have manuals. If I didn't have a manual that I could read, I probably would keep one of them, but I couldn't read those. So. But let's go and see the camera. And this is it. And it's pretty small, even in the waterproof case. But when you take it out of the waterproof case, it's even smaller. It's tiny. And here we have a reset button. I don't know what you reset with that button. And up here we have the microphone, a small hole for recording sound. And here is a display. And I've cheated. I said that I have had it out of the package. So I've already installed the memory card. I'll just go see if I can take it out. There it is. This was not included, but I bought this separately. And I bought a 16 gigabyte memory card. There. Yeah, maybe I should mention how much this cost. The camera. I bought the camera for just under 200 kroners. 200 kroners is... I'll translate that and have it on the bottom of the screen. But the memory card just plugs in and out, as is normal with these things. So the memory card is back in and we can power it on. And to do so, you press the power button until there's something on the display. There, it says on. And it shows you how much time there's left for recording. So there's 1 hour and 16 minutes left for recording on this thing. And on the bottom you have the model number and stuff like that. The Danish importer. Cool. And there's only 2 buttons on it. 3 buttons on it. There's the power on and off, and there's the take a picture or start filming, and then there's a mode button. If you press the mode button, you can select different modes on the camera, and right now it's recording video. There's a small icon right there of a video camera. A bit hard to see, it's focusing on my finger, but there's a video camera up there. Right there. And if I press the mode button, there's still a video camera, but now it's saying low. That's low quality video. If I press again, it changes to this image over here, which is a still photo camera, and it says high. Press again and it's still photos low. And press again and it's camera, movie camera, and it's high. That's about the different modes about that this camera can do. On the end of it there's of course the SD card, and there's the USB plug where you can get the film off the camera, and then there's an AV connection right here, and that is for connecting the camera to a TV. You should actually be able to play the camera files on a TV. It's possible to play the video to a TV by plugging in a cable in this plug, and the cable is not included, but this is kind of the cable that is doable. This one is a mini jack that is extended. It has more connections up here, and it should be able to do it, except this is not a mini jack port, because this mini jack plug does not fit in there. It's too big. So the cable is not included with the camera, but it is possible to get cables like these with a smaller plug here, and then you can play back on your TV. I would probably go with taking out the SD card here and plugging it into an SD converter so that it gets bigger, and then playing this on your TV. A lot of TVs and computers has these connections, and I know for a fact that I can plug in one of these at home and watch the movie that way. But it's doable through a cable. So now I'm gonna go out into the garden and take some footage with this camera and show you what it can do. Okay, we're in the garden and I got the little camera right here. I have removed the wide angle lens from the camera, so I'm gonna zoom out a bit more. And I'm gonna start the recording on this dude. So, and I'm just keeping the two cameras pointing in the same direction. So, starting camera now. So with the test footage recorded, or at least the first test recorded, I have connected the little camera to my little computer. And it's through this USB wire that came along with the camera. And it's not that long, I think it's about half a meter, maybe 2 foot. And when you connect the camera, it pops up on the computer. It pops up on the computer, and the computer asks you how to play this. And you have different options depending on what kind of programs you have installed on your PC. And I just want to open it in a normal folder. So, folder. And it looks like any other digital camera. And here's the video. So let's see the video that I just recorded. It's this one. And there's my hand. That's not that pretty. And I don't think that it recorded the video that I was recording outside in the garden. But it did record the footage that I was playing with when I was playing with the camera on the table. It didn't really look that bad. Let's just play it again, see what my hand. And yeah, there is absolutely no shock absorption on this footage at all. That was kind of to be expected on a camera for less than $40. You can't really expect it to have any anti-shakiness. So okay, the connection to the camera is pretty good, so I guess I have to go and do the footage again. So recording in the garden, looking at the pretty flowers and bushes and strawberries. So recording in the garden, looking at the pretty flowers and bushes and strawberries. Oh, we have strawberries over here. Ouch. Strawberries, nice. Oh, we have strawberries over here. Ouch. Strawberries, nice. Well, it's pretty clear that the picture is actually not that bad on it, but it doesn't handle very good when you move it. So if you move it too fast, the motion, yeah, you get seasick. There's absolutely no stabilization on it, and it doesn't handle the light change very well. Like, it jumps up and down in lighting, so that's not very good. Normal camera like the one I'm filming on, it doesn't make those jumps. It slides up and it slides down, so you don't see it as much. It does exactly the same thing, but it do it in a more nice manner so that the video gets better. But it's not that bad for the amount of money that I've paid for this. It's not that bad. So when you got an action camera, you need to use it for some action, and I've figured out that I want to try it on a stick. So I'm gonna mount the camera on this stick. So now the camera is mounted on a stick in the safe case. So let's see what I am planning. Oh, here's my little visiting kitty. So let's record the kitty. I wouldn't use this camera for doing this, because I don't think it's not good enough for that, but it could be good enough for some other stuff, and that's because of the size. Like if I wanted to see what's clogging up the sewage or something like that, I wouldn't mind putting the camera down in my sewer system to check what's down there. Maybe gaffer a flashlight around it and do something like that. And for that, this camera would probably do very nicely. And you know, if it didn't come back up, it wouldn't be that big of a loss. But the sport action camera, I think that's kind of a bad advertising, because I don't think it would be very good for that. It's too much shakiness, and yeah, I don't think so. But a camera on this price range, there are some other applications that it would be very nice for. New configuration. Another one would be hanging it in. I would like to try that on a helium balloon, and sending it up and see the ground. Of course, you need a string in the balloon so that you can pull it back down. But that would be a funny thing for this camera to film that, because it's this big and it weighs absolutely almost nothing. Filming. And it's recording. And I figured out that when I'm recording inside of the case, I'm not able to see anything. So I can go very close to the kitty and see her eating. Go around the kitty very closely. So would I recommend this camera? Well, not for the action sports use or sailing or bicycling or any of the stuff that it's probably made for, but for all the funny stuff that you'd like to do, like throwing the camera up and down, it's good for that. I think it can handle that, no problem. Making a little movie going through the canyon here. And see the kitty. That's nice. And putting it underwater has a nice box for it. Maybe mounting it on your head. Maybe as a spy camera. Putting it in a pocket or something like that. It's almost not visible. Almost. But if I had some more hair, I could mount it on my head and no one would really see it. Maybe not. But it could almost fit under a cap and do some hidden camera stuff. That would be cool. So, hope you like this little review of this tiny sport Denver camera action thingy 1300A model AC-1300. Thank you for watching my video. Do subscribe so that you can see me again. Have a nice day.